Hello vlog fans, and welcome to another day of the Mr. Anthony Rose vlog. I kind of got a late start on filming today, so I threw together a quick project. Tiffany doesn't know yet, but I'm going to paint something for her. So I'm working with acrylic right now. I'm getting ready. I've laid out an entire hardy board that's been gessoed or gessoed. Some people say gesso, I say gesso. I've laid that out with black acrylic. I'm going to wait for that to dry, and then I'm going to start laying in my idea just straight from my head. I'm not going to work from a drawing or anything this time, but since it's black acrylic, if I mess up, I wait for it to dry and I black acrylic over it and start over again, so it's no big deal. So I'm going to let this dry, get started working on that, find the tripod, and you guys can watch me paint today. Okay, so Tiffany has now effectively been banned from this whole middle room of the house here so that I can get the painting done for her and it'd still be a surprise. But just as you would imagine, as soon as I told her not to come in here, she started trying to figure out ways to get in here. So we'll see if I can actually make it through the whole thing without her coming in and ruining it. But yeah, I'm just waiting for the black to dry. As you can see there's still a couple of wet spots, and then as soon as that dries out the rest of the way, I will be able to continue and finish the painting. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, if I don't kick the easel over here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take this really pale color here and throw a basic outline for what I'm going to do on the board. I'm going to use a lighter pale color because pretty much anything will cover it up. My main colors, and I don't want to say exactly what the finished product will be because I don't want her to hear, but you guys will probably be able to figure it out quite soon. Probably need to turn my radio down to make sure everybody can hear. Let me go do that, and I'll be back when I've got a little bit more done. Okay, so now as you can see, I've started to lay in some of my main color. I'm just going to go around and lay this in. Kind of thick and sloppy and messy because it's going to need a couple of coats, and plus I'm going to layer other colors in with it. So I just want to get this tone down solid and then start blending my colors in off of that. And I don't know if you guys can tell what it is yet or not. Let's just say that I was inspired by Halloween being Tiffany's favorite holiday, so I decided to do a Halloween themed painting for her. Hopefully I'm getting some of myself in the shot here while I'm talking. But yeah, I don't even try and get it down perfect in this first step. Like I said, just go in. I'm gonna just go in, be sloppy about it, get this main color in here, because you can always go back and fix stuff, especially when you're working with acrylics. It's not like oil, so you don't have to wait days for it to dry before you can touch it again or anything like that. And see, I can even go in and change up my original outline idea where needed. I'm also using kind of a thick, rough brush right now, and I'll come back in with a smoother brush and touch up my outlines and everything once I get further into the painting. Okay, so the last time I was filming, after I shut off the camera, I realized I had forgot to put a nose in for the jack-o'-lantern here, so I am adding that in now. I'm just roughing it in, like I said, roughing everything in to get a rough idea, getting down these main colors, and then coming back and adding in all of my details, all of my color blending and stuff like that. So he has a nose now. So we'll come back when I get this all filled out. I'm just gonna wait for it to dry and then come back in and add a second coat on it, and then rough out a couple more ideas for around the edges, and then it will be almost done. Alright, I've started to go and try and get a more rounder kind of shape out of the edge. So I'm adding in some purple here, and I'm going to blend that off, and then maybe do some little negative pieces of something or other in the purple here, but we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so there you can see where I'm at so far. I've kind of rounded it off around the edges with the purple. I'm gonna take a break for about 10-15 minutes maybe and let the whole thing just dry, and then come back in and start blending in my... Oh, excuse me. I hate when I burp in the middle of talking for no apparent reason. I'm going to come back in and start blending my colors in from the center and stuff, and adding in all the detail and everything. Is the suspense killing you?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yes.
Tiffany's no good with surprises, and she usually tries to guess them or ruin them or peek at them or do whatever she can to get at them before it's time.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
That's what I wanted.
She mostly does it at night. Mostly.
Make me feel odd. I'm just staring at it.
Big Josh is home from work now. Tiffany's killing people in Red Dead Redemption. I'm waiting for paint to dry, which is pretty fun, I guess.
You're waiting for paint to dry?
Yeah, I'm waiting for paint to dry.
What are you doing?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes. It's weird. It's a surprise for me, but I don't understand what it...
Ha 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 ha.
Is it something that I've been wanting or something?
Nope. Just something I thought of for no apparent reason.
That's different.
Anthony Rose is a big sweetie.
Yeah.
Not you. Well, I mean, he is
rock.
a big sweetie, but he usually doesn't do stuff like this, so I don't know. I am a little excited.
Alright, go back to killing stuff in Red Dead Redemption. I'll quit bugging you with the camera in your face. Okay, so now I'm going to come back in and start defining out some of my detail that I lost when I was just adding in my main basic colors. Outline it in like so. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to add all these in, and then I will come back and show you guys some more. Alright, so as you guys can see, it is coming along pretty far from where I first started. Well, it might not look like it, but to me it has. But there is no way possible I'm going to get this done tonight. So since Tiffany's going to need to go to the kitchen behind me in the morning from over there, I'm just going to have to go ahead and show her this now and then finish it tomorrow or the next day, or just the next time I feel like painting. This is the painting.
Oh, wow! What made you think to do that? That is awesome.
Like Halloween.
Aww.
Alright guys, it is kind of late, so I'm going to call it a day. Didn't get to finish the painting, but I will finish the painting. Tiffany likes it a whole lot. I knew she would because Halloween's her favorite holiday. remember to hit the subscribe bar up here. When I hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to quit smoking cigarettes and vlog the whole experience for you guys. And then if you want, you can check out some of my other artwork on DeviantArt. I'll leave a link to that in the box below, along with my Twitter and Facebook and my DailyBooth username. And I'll see you guys back here again tomorrow for another day and another video.